This program is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised.
Bunky! You first. Fuck, get up. Punkster! Punkster pickle! How are you doing? Ow! Ow! God damn it, Bunky! I just tackled you once! Don't make me kick an old man's ass! Because I will! Alright, we gotta go to pillbox now. Bunky fucked me up. He's gonna hard as shit right hook.
Bunky. Hi, Bunky!
Not monkey, Bunky.
I said Bunky.
Oh, I misunderstood you. Alright,
Bunky! Have a good night, Mr. Bunky. Mayor Baker is shining out. There you go, Bunky. Right there. Salute.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, hello chat. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the world you're in. My name is Felix Bunky and I am the Chief Justice of San Andreas. Today we are going to have hopefully a court day. I'm getting a little nervous because my judge apparently is oversleeping. So we're making every attempt to get him in city. A little thirsty. So we got some big court cases today, and hopefully we can get these underway. This is my office in the Hall of Justice here, and as soon as I put this bottle down, take a little walk. Hello, Megan.
Hi, Judge.
Megan is one of our defense attorneys. Hello, Bill. Any messages for me? I guess not. Bill is the clerk here, desk clerk, and what Bill does is he hands out jobs and documents and stuff like that. So these are the jobs that are available for the new people that come into town. They can come in and apply for a job from Bill for any of these jobs and increase their paycheck, and as well as give them something to do in town. And this is the your identification cards. Now you'll see two of them. There's actually three of them. There's a card for weapons license. If you lose that, I do not have a weapons license. Really don't have the need for it.
Is Shock around yet, or Jesse yet?
Not to my knowledge. That was State Prosecutor Abraham Germain on the radio. This is the judge's chamber. Now I will be acting in the role of a defense attorney today, and hopefully Judge Collins will be presiding. Make sure that all the doors are open for the public. These should be unlocked. Yep. So, now it's just a waiting game. Seems like a nice day. A little overcast. Maybe it's smog. So a little back information on Felix Bunky. Felix Bunky is a retired police officer with 23 years of experience in law enforcement from the state of New Jersey. He's lived in several cities. In those cities, he transferred to one city where he was a lieutenant in the police department. Then he was another city. He was a defense attorney, and then was the chief justice in like 3 cities. And he just recently came here. This city here is really incorporated 16 days ago, and it's a rather successful city. Now, with that said, there's some wrinkles in the carpet, and we're in the process of trying to straighten them out, and they're doing a good job. Especially for only being here 16 days. Right now, we have a little bit of miscommunications with the police department. We're trying to get them to work in cooperation with the DOJ so that we can, get some really good court cases. And one of the objectives of these early courts, it's not to belittle anybody, but it's to show them exactly what they need to do to overcome the criminal element. because the Constitution of the United States really is designed to protect the people against the government, and the police are the government. So they have to be able to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. And sometimes that's very difficult to do, and a good lawyer can really pile up a lot of reasonable doubt, and he only needs one to stick. And if he can get that reasonable doubt and get it in the mind of the judge, then the defendant wins. So the police department really, really, really has to work hard to eliminate the ability to get that reasonable doubt. And part of that reasonable doubt can be so much as spelling errors on a report. If that's all the defense attorney has, it might not be enough, but it definitely casts doubt on the ability of the officer to present his case. Sometimes it takes more than that, but it does when you start ripping an officer apart because of his spelling mistakes. It gets the officer flustered, and the more flustered that you can get him, the better your case looks. Because if you can, you just trip him up a little bit, and you win. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to try to trip up an officer. We have our first case of the day is a speeding case and a reckless evading, which is a felony. And we're hoping that everybody shows up for court today. If they do, that this is going to be, it should be very, very interesting. And hopefully we'll be able to put on a really good demonstration of how court should be. And okay, I see Ben followed. Thanks, Ben, for the follow. My alerts are not working for some reason, so if I forget anybody's alerts, for any of the things that you can do, follow or host or raid or whatever the case may be, please forgive me for not, because I have to look up on the screen to see that, and I have stuff all over my screen, including I got a ton of messages here coming up. Hopefully they're, no, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. So those who know me, in one of the cities that I was in, I was the senior admin of that city, and it was going pretty good. We just had a falling out with the owner and I just thought that it would be best for me to move on. But yeah, I have chose not to pursue anything like that because it's a lot of work. My hat's off to the admins and the owners of this server because they really work their ass off, and sometimes they don't even get to be in the city because they're working so hard. And and I for one been there, done that. I got the T-shirt, and I know how hard they work to make this thing work and try to. It's really hard to please everybody, and I'm helping from the background. If someday that they really, really, really need help with somebody, and they want me to help them, I would not refuse to serve, but I am not going to put my name in the hat and volunteer for something. Who the hell is that?
I think I might be lost.
What are you looking for?
The courtroom?
Oh, okay. Well, if you just go outside this door here, and then you can go in through the side, I'll show you. You can go, see the door right over, do you see the door right over there?
Oh yeah, I do see that.
Yeah, you can go in there, and then there's 2 double doors, and that'll take you inside the courtroom.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. And who your name is?
Starla.
Carla.
Starla, yeah.
Starla. I'm Felix Bunky. I'm your attorney.
Yeah, well, nice to meet you, Mr. Bunky.
Yeah. Yeah, go in, have a seat. I'm hoping that the judge is not oversleeping, but we'll be in very shortly. Or you can welcome to help yourself around and look around the building if you want.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I'll look around for a minute and then I'll join you guys in there.
Okay, very well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That I brought over didn't belong to me.
So, yeah, so that's one of my clients. She's going to get Megan.
Yes, sir.
Would you do me a favor and would you show Starla around if she wants a tour of the building? Some of the doors might be locked.
Oh, yeah.
She's up on the vestibule up there.
Okay.
Yeah, right behind you. All right, thanks. So yeah, so I'm hoping that we pull this off because I think that this will be really great for the city and uh, for the police department. Some of the officers, and like in real life, I remember my first couple court cases, I was scared to death. You're all these people are watching you, and you got defense attorneys that are trying to make an ass out of you, and they're very good at their job. I've been made an ass out of myself a million times, and I learned. They taught me a lot. It probably was, my first 10 years, I was like a stumbling fool inside the courtroom. And, I would lose a lot of cases, probably not as much as I won, really, because a lot of people just plead guilty because they don't want to go through the thing because they're nervous too. But, a lot of cases I lost because of dumb mistakes. Oh. Oh, well, hello there, Mr. Prosecutor.
Hello. I just woke up.
Well, I'm hoping that I hear that same thing from the judge because I have not heard from him.
Oh.
I reached out to the court administrator who's out of town to make an attempt to contact him, which we're trying. So, this is really going to be sad if he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
So how are you?
Oh, just I'm here.
Well, can't ask for more than that. You ready to rumble or what?
Yeah, I was trying to look over how I'm gonna persuade this that it was reckless invading.
Yeah, I've been looking over it too to figure out how I'm going to persuade that it wasn't.
What's in here? Jeez.
Lee's news report is with me.
Okay.
I just want to let y'all know before.
Yeah, I still don't know whether I have a judge. I'm worried.
Okay. Here, Miss Tracy.
Where can I set up?
You want to start getting set up, actually. Get through here. That's the wrong one.
I don't know where I'm going.
So, yeah, I'm pretty confident that I got a good case.
I think I'm gonna ask to drop the reckless invading because I don't see there. It doesn't make any sense to me why he put that.
Yeah, I think there's one. Yeah, one more.
It should be just. I would say reckless op, if anything.
Do you hear voices?
Yeah, the other side.
Nice.
Tyler, I need to speak with you 2 seconds.
I had a little bit of trouble flying in. I'm almost there. I'm completely up here now.
All right. Yeah, we'll be okay.
All right. Yeah, should be there probably in like 2 or 3 minutes.
All right. We're good. I'll see you in the courtroom.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, Nate. Oh, I hope we're good. Jesse, get your ass in here. Oh.
He said you guys are IRL friends, and I might
I guess I can't talk over there because they're prosecutors and I'm acting as a defense attorney. Trying to listen in on the door. No, I'm not. I just did that by mistake. Okay. Oh, come on. How heavy is this damn door?
Like one of our little
that's a
meeting
problem.
Rooms. We
Oh,
ever
this
need
is
to have
cool.
a meeting room.
Yeah. This is very nice.
And we forgot this jungle.
That one's working. Let me try it from the other side.
On the other.
Oh, it works from that side. That's weird. Oh, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's seeing, might be seeing both doors at the same time and confusing it. So anyway, so we'll deal with that. This is so going to be so screwed. We have like 5 minutes. All right, so I'll show you the rest of the building real quick. We got a couple minutes to go.
Oh, fantastic.
Today is Bunky's day.
Yep.
All right, so this is where the defense attorneys, their offices are, public defenders and defense attorneys. They can pull their clients in here. They have a private entrance out the back. Over here is the court clerk's offices. All the prosecutors are upstairs across from, like my office, and on the other side is a mirror image, and that's where there's 2 offices over there. One is a prosecutor's office right now, and the other, the court administrator, is taking one of them offices. This is our conference room. This is open to the public, any organization that wants to have a big meeting and need some good space. Oops, I guess you don't want me. All right, so I better get my ass in the courtroom and be able to talk to some of my clients.
Okay.
There he is.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
We had time.
Good.
I know.
You nervous?
I was nervous I was gonna be late because for some reason my passport wasn't working to go to the TSA for some reason.
Yeah, we're good.
I got really nervous I was gonna be late.
Well, thankfully it worked.
Yeah, I was really hoping it was gonna work because I was like my passport's not working. I was starting to freak out a little bit.
Yeah, I had the same problem because I flew in a little earlier. I'm hoping that that's what the problem is with the judge, because the judge is not here yet.
Thank God. I was hoping, I was like, I swear to God, if I walk in there and everyone's already sitting down and I'm late, I'm gonna look like the biggest idiot ever.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. And besides, Prosecutor Tremaine is here, so there would be no way that you could look like the biggest idiot.
Wow, way to throw me under like that.
You know
Yeah.
I love you.
He is the biggest idiot.
I hate you all.
We love you too.
Even the new people, I hate you all.
Listen, you do a fantastic society to the citizens of San Andreas, because with you here, we don't have to pick on them.
Right?
Put me down.
Oh god,
That's it.
Put me down.
I'm taking you outside. Nope. Nope. See, now I don't have to be holding a gun inside the damn court.
You're not allowed to hold a gun.
Any lasty
You're
words?
not allowed to hold a gun in the damn court.
I didn't. That's why I took you outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask them to pat you down.
You want to go?
Yeah.
I'll take you out. You want?
No, listen. I got 2 minutes to get my ass in the courtroom.
Oh, okay.
If the judge is in there, I'm gonna be in trouble if I'm late. Put me down!
Yo.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Oh, yeah.
Put me down.
Okay. There you go. I'm just gonna add that to my future charges of kidnapping.
I saw that too.
Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor.
I saw you. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
All right.
Throw him in the dungeon.
Please tell me what you saw.
What did I see? I saw you picking up
Who's
Felix. You.
Who's
Billy.
you? Billy? Who's Billy?
Yeah, the goat. You know, you goat. Billy.
You.
I am the greatest of all time, correct?
Yeah. Okay. I saw.
You saw the greatest of all time.
So,
Exhibit A.
Shock.
Pick up Felix
if you're
without
done,
his consent.
Shock, if you're done humoring this idiot, could you talk to me for a minute?
I'm always done talking to this dude. Let's go.
Jeez.
I'm not loved at all.
Let's whisper. Let's whisper because he's right next to us.
I don't care.
This is what
I
I
don't
got.
care whether he's next to us or not. I want him to hear it. Maybe he'll learn something.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Okay. So, here's my thing. I have no clue. I have not heard from the judge. And if it's okay with you, if we don't have a judge, I still want this to go on. And even though that it can't, could we possibly do this? You and I spar a little bit about this and let the judge review the video and then make his decisions afterwards. Can we do that?
So we're still gonna have court, is what you're saying?
I would like to, because I think that we really need to have it. And I think really all we need is the...
Where is the cop?
well, that's not my problem. My people are here.
Oh. Well.
But even if the cop doesn't show up, you know, I would make a motion of dismissal, but I would still like to hear my people testify in their...
That's fine. That's fine.
They
We
have
can do
things
that.
they want to say.
Oh, I'm sure. I'll just stand up there, you know, just taking all the heat while the cop's not here.
All right,
It's
so
fine.
Sit still, look pretty.
So what we can do is we can proceed. We can pretend like the judge is really sitting there, because he'd probably be asleep
Okay.
anyway during the hearing, so it wouldn't make a damn bit of difference.
Same with me.
Hey, I can stand in as the judge temporary.
Oh my God! No, you might bang the gavel and hold me in contempt.
Oh.
That's my job.
So if we could just, you know, listen, we can do it sort of by proxy, and then we can have the judge take the evidence into consideration and consider it later.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so it's just so that we're all not here for nothing, and then we can move on. But I think that
So you want to have a pre-trial hearing is basically what I'm hearing.
Well, yeah, but it would be official. It would be an official.
Yeah, no,
thing.
I hear.
It's kind of like, this is kind of unique, and I've never done it before. But you know what? Sometimes you have to. You know.
Let me tell you something. And the real.
Oh, wait.
I need a normal place with the Department of Justice.
Hey, can you stop talking for 1 second?
Nope.
All right, so you got Nico, and then who's this behind this guy?
This is Starla.
Oh, so you got both of your people here. Damn.
You're damn right. Listen, I know how to contact my people and do my job.
Go ahead and take
That's a
one.
big oof.
Yes, go ahead.
That's a big oof.
I mean, I didn't think I had to babysit these guys, but okay.
Well, Counselor, I will tell you that the case file is open and the officer is attached to it in real big bold letters. It says that court date would be today at this time. So there's no way that people can't say that they don't know.
So yes, you are the babysitter. Go find your little babies and go round them up.
I mean, you're not the babysitter, but if you want to win the case, then technically, I guess you'll have to be.
Well, we can just point out some of the discrepancies that we have with that report, and the judge can take a look at it. And if the police department doesn't want to stand here and stand up for what they do, then, you know, that's really on them. You know, the people deserve justice, and that's what we're here for.
Oh, I never said that you weren't right about that.
I know. I'm usually right about everything, Counselor.
Oh.
So, yeah, you know, it's one of.
All right, I'm trying to get this. I'm trying to get this officer here because he needs to be here to explain himself.
Okay. We can postpone for a little bit. It might give the opportunity for the judge to show up. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I think that the Stardust case is a slam dunk because you're not going to get that officer here unless you have a direct connect to heaven.
I don't even have that.
I'm performing a seance as we speak. Hold on. He again told me to go fuck myself, so I don't know.
Here, I have to go and talk to my
Jay Sailor
client here for a minute.
192 or 197.
Listen, don't do any more seances because if that bastard shows up, we could be in trouble.
Okay.
Bunky, I believe he's trying to show you what's on his tablet there.
Yeah, but I was too close, and it was like, you know, like way in my head. Okay, yeah. One more time.
Oh yeah, I read your letter.
Yeah, you can run across the street. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt anybody from talking.
No, no. Listen, interrupt us all you want. Yeah, go ahead. You don't have a problem with that, even if we move his case to like case number 2 or 3, if he's going to the store?
No, if he's got things to do, he's got things to do. It's not his fault the cops didn't show up.
Thank you, Mr. Prosecutor. You are so kind.
Yeah, I was going to
He's so professional.
Tie fixed. So.
Oh, we got someone running up. God. Oh, God. If it is who I think it is, I might cry.
Who?
I don't want to say the name.
Demon.
Is it like
it's
Harry,
someone that we
like Harry
No,
Potter,
don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
I can't. I'm trying to think of his name. Come on, help me, people.
Well, there was a letter about him. I don't want him to show up though. I hope he's not here.
Does it rhyme with embarrass?
No. What's the name?
Oh my lord!
What's the name on Harry Potter of the name that we shouldn't say? I can't remember.
Voldemort.
Voldemort. Yeah, there you go. Voldemort. Yeah, that's the name. Was it him?
Oh, I don't know. But the one that rhymes with embarrass is DMing me. Sweet nothing. I'm not going to respond.
Well, hey.
I have better things to worry about right now. Unless is his case up today? I thought it was until the 3rd.
There's a motion in his case.
Oh God!
But he don't need to be here. It's just a motion.
Oh good. Oh good. Good.
It's a motion to amend an administrative action. Did you see that letter that I got from them?
Oh, I read the letter and then I read your letter and that made me very, very happy.
Yeah, they need to do better than that. Look, I'm a very lenient person, but they need to do better than that.
Who do we got here? Who are all these people?
Hello, I'm Don.
Hi, Don.
Greetings.
Yeah. How's everyone doing?
We're
We're doing
confused.
great. We're waiting. We're waiting because our judge hasn't shown up yet.
Oh no.
Crazy.
Well,
So
stuff happens. We were a little bit late too.
yeah, apparently they were saying there was something wrong with TSA or something, that people were being delayed on their flights.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
But I don't know that that's the case with him, because I've been trying to get a hold of him for 2 hours, and I think that his problem is that he's hugging his pillow. So
Oh.
I talked to the prosecutor, and we decided that since this is being broadcasted on court TV, that we would proceed as if he's sleeping in his chair behind the desk, and we will present what we can, and then he can rewatch this and make his decisions later.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah, that way we're, because these people are, spending time out of their important day to be here, and I think that we should be productive.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get hold of this trooper.
okay. Well, again, we can proceed with that too. I can ask you the questions because you have the reports. And I can.
How you doing, Miss Town?
I can present.
Oh, you know what? Trooper Baker told me he resigned, but then I re-looked in their catalog and saw that he is now a probation trooper. Which I don't know why you would rank yourself down.
No, I think
he's under a different name.
I think there was 2 probationary troopers with the same name, or one trooper and 1 probationary with the same last name. That might be confusing you.
Oh, well, he's not going to be here for that because he told me he quit.
There's a surprise. What the hell did the DOJ do to make him quit?
Nothing. So Starla
well,
Scott.
She's right there. She's Baker. Baker's dead.
Right. So that one will just pretty much. I don't even know.
That's going to be a dismissal. But I want to give her an opportunity to make a statement.
Express her feelings. I understand.
Right. Because if she was, I've been getting a lot of complaints from the people in this town. We've been sitting on, and we've been sitting on it because we're trying not to destroy the police department, but they're apparently pissed at the DOJ, and I don't want it to make it look like it's our fault. They're trying to make it look like it's our fault, but we're doing everything that we can possibly do to be fair. All right, so shall we get ready to go? We're 10 minutes late on this. We can just proceed with your permission.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good.
All right, we can all enter the courtroom this way, ladies and gentlemen.
Nope.
Is my case up first? Or who's?
Well, we can put your case up first with no objection from the prosecutor.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
So what? Are we just gonna fight each other back and forth right here?
Yeah. I guess that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna let's just go through the motions and just we can show everybody how court is without the judge being here, I guess. So if everybody that has to talk, please make sure that you're on shout so that we can make sure that the microphones pick everybody else up. When you're not, if you want to be in the audience and whisper back and forth and say what kind of a fools the attorneys are, please go on whisper so that we don't distract the court. Okay, so with that said, Mr. Prosecutor, I guess it's your opening statement with the how you want to proceed with the state versus the Starla case. And I don't have my report here, so if you just give me a minute, I'll be ready. Okay, this is the State versus Starla Scott, Mr. Prosecutor.
Would you like me just to go ahead and read his statement since he is not here about what he wrote?
If you would like to, yeah. And then I'll read, I have a motion to the court that I'll read out.
That's fine. I'll go ahead and just hear. Can everybody hear me? Yes, no, maybe so?
Yes.
Yep, we hear you.
All right. I'm going to read what the trooper wrote. On 4/26/2022 at 16:09, Trooper J. Sailor 197 was running radar in the Service Explorer facing southbound lanes on Sonora Freeway when a vehicle operated by... Oh, we were at the wrong one. My apologies. Oh, Lord.
Another mistake by the state. Okay, well, so no.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm at the wrong person.
That's not admissible.
Here it is. Okay. Hey. All right. On 4/23/22 at approximately...
Objection, Your Honor. This is hearsay. The witness that wrote this report is not here. There's no foundation. I'm only kidding, Mr. Prosecutor. You may proceed.
Well, I mean, you have a point, but at approximately 2:00 p.m. CST, Trooper Baker was monitoring traffic on Los Santos Freeway running radar. I observed a black and color sports car recklessly driving. The driver cut across the median and went in opposite lanes of travel and northbound on Los Santos Freeway. I got behind him, trying to get him to stop and refused to listen to the officer's commands. I called it out over the radio. I was on a chase with the vehicle. Vehicle came back out of Pillbox Hospital. I chased him for several minutes. He went through Polito at high rate of speed. Then the driver turned around and went back south in the wrong lane of travel. After we got to the tunnel of Polito, almost at Joshua Road exit, there was a taxi trying to run me off the road. I proceeded to fence driving tactics, trying not to get ran off the road. The black and color sports car wrecked out, causing Miss Scott to get out of the back of the sports car and went into the taxi. The taxi was damaged, and it was slow chase from that point forward. Miss Scott made the mistake and started shootout of the taxi at Trooper Baker, causing him to keep distance and shoot back. Trooper Baker chased them the wrong lane of travel for 3 miles. When they got into the right lane of travel and started using deadly force of the vehicle, causing the vehicle to be disabled, Trooper Baker shot the driver, causing him to wreck on the train tracks nearest cross Joshua Road. I stepped out of the patrol car and proceeded to go gunpoint on the vehicle. I was by myself at the time. I got both suspects out of the vehicle. Medical was called when it was code 4 and safe. I cleared both suspects on the scene and started doing medical treatment to them until medical arrives. Both suspects were brought to Pillbox Hospital for furthermore treatment. Then they were transported to Mission Row PD for booking and processing. That is the end of the report. On the suspect, he did find 1 pistol, one brass knuckles, 1 oxy, 1 broken bottle, 1 switchblade, 8 pistol ammo. Then he charged her with reckless invading, attempted murder on a government employee, aggravated battery, possession of drug paraphernalia, and that was it.
Is that the end of your statement?
Oh my God, yes, it was a long story.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, and I'm sorry to make you read that, but I'm going to make a motion to suppress that evidence since there's no one here that can testify that that is an accurate report, and I'd like to throw that out of the court, and since the judge is not here, he'll have to answer that later, but assuming that he did, do you have anything more?
I don't know.
Okay, so let me ask you this, in cross-examining, isn't it a fact that the officer that wrote that report is deceased?
Yep, sure is.
And isn't it a fact that his death was no cause whatsoever with my client.
That is also true.
Okay, I have no further questions. So, with that, you have any other witnesses?
Do I have any witnesses? No, I don't even have my trooper.
Okay, the state rest.
Yep, nothing.
Okay. And I am Felix Bunky, and I am defense attorney, and I represent the defendant, Stardust Scott. And the only thing that I have is that we are filing for a motion to dismiss these charges based on the state cannot prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. And we would like to have all property except for anything that allegedly was taken off that would be illegal. We do not want that to be returned back to my client if it was hers in the first place, which no one can prove. But anything that is legal, we would like to have that returned to her. We would also like to have any fines that were given to her and that she paid reimbursed to her, and any time that was served, we would like to have some type of settlement from the state police, who would still have basically all the money, because the Department of Justice gets none of that, so that she could return by court order and go to the police department and recover that. I will basically just call my first witness, and that would be Stardust Scott. Stardust Scott, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, in your own words, is there anything in reference to this case that you would like the judge to hear?
I would just like to state that I was a taxi driver doing my job and picking up a passenger as we were traveling. A police officer did attempt to pull us over. Before we could pull over, he began opening fire on the vehicle. As he approached the vehicle with me and my passenger both down, might I add, he said, and I quote, "Put your fucking hands up or I will shoot you again." These words were very, disheartening to hear, as, we were already injured. So with that being said, this is just an act of police brutality. He said that we had shot first, or we had displayed a weapon. There were several different things that were stated. He said he reviewed his body cam footage multiple times, and he was unable to produce that so that I could also review it. So that also was very disheartening.
Is there anything else?
There's nothing else I'd like to add.
Okay, would you like to cross?
Are you asking me if I would like to cross?
Yeah, because you're the only person that can do that.
I did speak to the officer when he was alive, and he did inform me that the body cam was on, but then later on informed me that it wasn't.
Because apparently the judge is oversleeping his ass.
I have nothing else to add to that.
What are you doing? Get your ass in here. Okay, so with that, the defense rests. I understand that the judge might be coming in here momentarily. So, with that, I guess I'll go with closing statement. We feel that the facts are the facts, and without having witnesses to be able to prove their case, it's real short, sweet, to the point. We request a dismissal. Your closing there, Mr. Prosecutor?
I can't say much, but I just have the report, and I just wish the trooper was here to speak for himself about the shooting while driving as well, but I can't really say much about that when he's not here. So I have nothing else to add.
Okay, so with that, I am, if there's no objections, I am going to release the defendant, and we will get back to her as soon as the judge gives us a decision.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Starla, for coming in.
You guys have a wonderful day.
You too. So, let's see what case we have next. Nick, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, come on up. Get your paperwork together there, Mr. Prosecutor, so you don't read the wrong one, and I'm going to.
Oh my lord! I got it. I got it. I did reach out to the trooper though. Nothing. I did not hear anything back from him, so I will be representing him while he's not here. So.
All right. Well, since the judge is not here, I guess you can proceed the same way if you want to tell the court what this is all about.
All right. All right. Just so everybody knows, I'm only just gonna call him Nico because I am unsure how to say his full name, and I don't want to be disrespectful.
We can just call him Nicky. I believe that's okay.
Does that work for you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So 4/26/2022 at 16:09, Trooper J Sailor 197 was running radar in my Service Explorer facing southbound lanes in Sonora Freeway when a vehicle operated by Nikki was traveling at a high rate of speed, 109 miles an hour in a 75 mile an hour zone. I attempted to initiate a traffic stop. He then fled from me. I lost eyes on the vehicle. Then Trooper Walding 198 regained eyes on the vehicle. Trooper Walding 198 concluded the pursuit on Spanish Ave. He then needed medical attention. I, Trooper J Sailor 197, and Trooper Walding 198 gave medical treatment until patient was stable. Then he was self-transported to Pillbox. He was charged with felony, reckless invading and second-degree speeding, 36 to 55 over. And he pleaded not guilty. The supplemental for Trooper Walding was I was responding to a vehicle traveling at high rates of speed going southbound on Los Santos Freeway. As I was responding, I was informed that the vehicle had taken the exit via the casino. I attempted to intercept and visually saw the said vehicle in a questioning traveling westbound on Clinton Ave. I attempted to initiate a traffic stop. The driver was not compliant. As I began to pursue the suspect, he observed colliding into a tree on Las Langas Boulevard. The man was taken into custody and transported to Pillbox with non-threatening injuries. And that was that.
Okay, and again, you do not have the witness that wrote that report here to set up a foundation of that.
No, I don't.
Okay, so we would motion to strike that, but I will say this, that you have a lot more there than I got in Discovery, because that's a much longer report than I've ever read.
Right.
And I think that is a violation of Brady versus Maryland, where the state has to provide the defense with all discovery. You are aware of that United States Supreme Court decision, aren't you, sir?
Yes, unfortunately, I am.
Thank you. Okay, so you have any more?
Oh, no, I don't.
State rest?
Yeah, state rest.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, who's not really here. And I will say for the court, I just got a message from a cell phone text message that the reason the judge is not here is because he has no internet service. And it creates a problem to do that without that. So I hope that everybody will excuse him for that, and he will review this through videotape later on. So I am again Felix Bunky. I am the defense attorney representing, and I'm going to try it, Mr. Nicodermo Palminch. I'm not going to try it. I am the attorney for Nicky. Without objection, we will call him Nicky for the rest of the court, and for the sake of mispronouncing his name. Nicky is a business owner in the statewide famous Cafe Prego here in Los Santos. His record prior to this incident is clean as a whistle. Nicky respects the law, and this defense will show that he attempted to resolve these issues while in custody with myself present, and the police department felt that they wanted to flex their muscles and refused to budge. Therefore, we were forced to come to court to have this case, and I will flex my knowledge of the law, and my intentions are to find him not guilty of all charges with the Constitution backing us up. Want to call your first witness if you have one there, Mr. Prosecutor?
I don't have any witnesses here.
Okay. Well, I'd like to ask some questions, if I may.
Okay. Yep. Go ahead.
Is there any video evidence that you're aware of to back up the testimony or non-testimony of this case?
No.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Sorry for the delay. Now, since you did not request that your report be entered into discovery, I will. Your Honor, I would like to enter the report as read by the prosecution and the report submitted to the defense from the police department, which differ. I would like to enter them both as evidence as D1 and D2. It says that a vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed. Is that correct? And I'm going by my report. I can't go by yours because I don't have a copy of that.
High rate of speed. Not in the first sentence, no.
That he observed that? That's what it says in my report. It says that he observed the vehicle traveling at a high rate of speed. And it does...
Well, yeah, while he was running radar at high rate of speed.
Right,
he was traveling at a high rate of speed.
Okay. Okay, so, and does it say in his report the identification of that vehicle, such as the make, the model, the color, the registration plate, or by any other means that he could identify that vehicle?
No.
And do you know whether or not that he could identify the driver of that high rate speed vehicle that he doesn't even know what color it was, what make it was, what model it was, and all that?
He has it in here as Mr. Nico. I don't know how to say the whole thing.
Okay, so we could just call him Nicky. We can.
Right.
Okay. So, and let me ask you this: do you know whether or not that officer has known Nicky prior to this event?
I don't believe so, no.
So let me ask you this: how possible would it be that if that vehicle was traveling at that speed that he said it was, and I believe the rest of the report says that he was attempting to stop the vehicle, but he lost the vehicle?
Right.
Okay, so how possible it is that he could look at that blur and identify the driver who he never met by name?
I mean, not very possible in passing.
So would the state say that at that point in time, until he lost that vehicle, there's absolutely no way that he could determine that my client was driving that vehicle?
Unless he saw the plate and was able to get the plate and then told it over dispatch, but we don't know because that wasn't in the report.
Okay, and we'll get to that. Thank you very much for offering that, Counselor. So we have to bypass, since we don't have the witnesses, we can't go with that line of defense. So let me just run through the chase here, since you don't have somebody that can even present these facts to the court. It does say that in the report that he lost the vehicle and the vehicle was observed later on by another police vehicle, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. If he was talking if he was giving this information that he doesn't know what color it was, what kind of car it was, the tag number, none of that is in the report. How could he give that information over the radio so that another officer even knew what the hell he was talking about?
If I'm not mistaken, it probably showed up as a
objection, speculation.
All right, I have nothing for you.
Okay, so let me just clarify this. We do not have the other officer that apparently found the car either, right?
Nope.
Do you know whether he was subpoenaed?
I do not know if he was subpoenaed or not.
Okay. Do you know whether or not either police vehicle was activating lights and sirens?
No, I do not.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let's assume that they were not, and even if they were running lights and sirens, and they've already determined that they were so far away that they lost the vehicle, isn't it possible that my client, if he was in either one of those cars, there is absolutely no proof that he knew that those police vehicles were behind him?
I mean, going at that rate of speed, maybe not.
So isn't it possible that he didn't hear the sirens and didn't see the lights behind him?
It is a good possibility.
And doesn't the statute that's provided by the state, doesn't it say that in order to evade, especially in reckless evading, that the intention has to be from the operator to avoid apprehension?
Yes.
And therefore, in that case, if the state can't prove that he knew that they were even there, he didn't even know that they were trying to apprehend him, so he wasn't trying to avoid that. Isn't that true, Counselor?
Yes.
Now, do you have any recollection of anything in the report that says that a third police vehicle was involved in this car stop?
No, I do not have anything. Just Trooper Walden,
and
the original trooper.
And your report does say that my client had an accident with a tree. Isn't that right?
Yes, from the supplemental report on Trooper Walden.
And that's how they came across the vehicle, right? Hello?
Yes. Yes.
So, isn't it very possible that they saw a vehicle that looked like the vehicle that my client was in when he hit the tree and said, "Oh, we got him, so let's just get a number here, and we got a speeder, so we got one speeder, we got one radar detection, so we're just going to take Miss Nick, who is a business owner in this town, and we're going to hold him accountable for the radar thing." Isn't that possible that could have happened?
Well, yes, that is possible, but you know, with the speeding charge.
But we don't have anybody here to testify to either thing of how the scenario really went, and it's definitely not in the report, is it?
I gotta say, you got me there.
Okay, so I don't have any further questions. I'd like to call my first witness if you want to, unless you want to pull a witness out of a hat or something like that.
No, go ahead and use your witness.
I'll be a witness.
Thank you, Counselor. I'd like to call Nikki to the stand. Nick, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, whose car were you driving that day?
I was driving my friend's car. His name is Alex Winkleman.
And did you cause any damage to your friend's car?
Yes.
And how did you damage his car?
I attempted to avoid a local and struck a tree.
Was there any other damage to the car? Excuse me, you have an objection?
Yeah, I have an objection. If he was going that fast, how fast was he going?
Listen, I'm asking the questions. If you want to cross-examine, you can ask them that, but that's not relevant to my questioning.
Okay, I'll let you proceed.
Thank you. Okay, so let me continue. So, was there any other damage to the vehicle after the tree was struck?
Yes, there was a third officer that had rammed me with his unit.
What?
And you didn't hear the prosecution mention that in the report, did you?
No, I did not.
Okay, and did you hear any siren or lights of any officer that had tried to attempt to stop you at any time?
No, I did not, sir.
But if you did, you would have stopped, wouldn't you?
Yes, of course.
I have no further questions. Would you like to cross?
No, I would not like to cross.
You have a closing statement?
Other than the fact that I didn't know there was a third trooper involved. This shows that the report is...
Seems to be a lot of things that you don't know, Mr. Prosecutor.
Especially seems to be that this report may not be complete. Very true. I have no further questions.
All right. In closing, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen of the court, the defense has showed that the state has failed to produce their evidence, produce their witnesses beyond a reasonable doubt, and don't even know the vehicle they were chasing, how fast it was going. Basically everything here is just amuck. So, with that said, I make a motion to dismiss. I would demand that my client receive his $1,450 fine be returned to him, that he be compensated for the 18 months that he spent in jail, and also we would be seeking the attorney fees, which are $8,000 at this time. You have any closing, Mr. Prosecutor?
I have nothing.
Okay, so with that, I would also tell Nick that we will run this by the judge. We will let him make a decision, and we will be in touch with you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And you're excused.
Thank you.
Okay, I have some motion stuff that I would like to proceed with to see if there's any objections from the state.
Okay, what you got?
No, that was not a motion. I am so sorry.
Whoa! That's a motion.
Sorry. I'm not really sorry because that was funny as hell.
I didn't know I was fighting out here. I'm glad I came.
Let me grab my paperwork once again. Oh my god, that was funny as hell.
Can we say round two?
If you like.
No, Mr. Bunky already won. Too late.
Oh. Okay.
May I ask what case you're talking about?
Yes, you may. I just wanted to pull up the docket, and I got all these documents for all these cases that you can't have witnesses for. So, yeah, let's proceed with. I'd like to proceed with the defendant is the state of San Andreas, and the complainant is the people. It's docket number 220205001B Boy. My motion would be that this is a case where the people are requesting a reconsideration on the procedures to get weapons license, which is presently a $5,000 fine, and it takes 48 hours to process. Also, there is an additional that this people are looking to buy shotguns for home protection, and there doesn't seem to be a place that these are sold in public, and we would like to bring that up to the state to make sure that stores are allowed to sell these home protection devices. We understand that the court here on the state level does not have the ability to pass such laws because it was enacted by Congress of the state, and we feel that we would like to appeal this to the Supreme Court and have them rule on it to see whether or not there's any merit to the complaint, and we would appreciate the judge's approval to send that to the Supreme Court without objection. You have any objection there, Mr. Prosecutor?
No, I have zero objection with this one.
If you would like to hear it, I do have witnesses if you would like to hear them to testify.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Don, would you like to approach? Don, I'm not going to swear you in because this is just basically a motion and this is not any type of testimony that you would be held accountable for. So if you would just like to give a brief as to why this motion was presented to me in the first place.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you for bringing it. I'm just a little concerned because for this particular state, 48 hours for someone brand new to it is a long time to try and defend yourself against criminals who don't abide by the law to begin with. So not to mention the fee, sorry, not a fine per se, but a fee to access your God-given right of self-defense of $5,000 is very exorbitant. That's like, for a lot of people, that's all the money they come to our state with. So they have to make a choice of, do I want to be able to defend myself, or do I want to be able to travel safely? And it's not really a realistic situation to put oneself in. Furthermore, 48 hours in today's day and age in terms of technology is far too long to access someone's criminal record. And again, this is a God-given right, not a right that is given by the government. It is a right that is for the citizens to use against the government when it becomes tyrannical. That's really all.
All right, thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to step up to the court, and this information will be forwarded to the Supreme Court on this issue? You can be seated, Mr. Don.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Don.
If nothing else, then we will rest on the motion unless you have objections of sending that you would like the judge to hear that, Mr. Prosecutor.
I don't have anything for this case, no.
Okay. And I do have another administrative action that I would like to present to the court.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, in the case of Samantha Lee,
oh, okay.
The officer, Mark Harris, made an arrest. We would like to motion that there's supposed to be a trial on this on Tuesday. And rather than have a trial, I think that it would be fair to say that I don't believe that there's probable cause in this case. So I would motion that we have a probable cause hearing so that we can hear from the state and the officer as to exactly why these charges were presented. Any objections?
Yes, I would like to have the officer here to explain the case.
Okay, so can we move, would you object to moving the Tuesday case from a trial to a probable cause hearing?
Nope. I do not object that at all.
And then that way we can just dismiss the charges without prejudice.
That's fine.
Okay, I have nothing further.
I don't either.
Okay, is there anybody in the courtroom that has any actions of the court? I can put my other hat on and I can be the Chief Justice and I can rule on those cases. Nothing heard. With that said, then court will be adjourned for today. I thank everybody for coming, and hopefully this was productive. And I am so very sorry for smacking you in the sweet cheeks there.
It's fine. I'll just have to be more stern with the cops to show up.
Okay. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed today's court case, and I hope that we were productive.
Thanks, Bunky.
Alrighty. With that, I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
Oh, what a lot of fun that was.
Hey, break it up, you two. Break it up, come on now. Like, I know you're passionate about the law, Mr. Bunky, but like, come on, a little, like, just a bit of decorum, please.
This fight?
I mean, yeah, don't give away what you can sell, also.
What's the buy?
Trying to reach in my pocket to grab my damn phone. It was ringing. I'm sorry again. Can I buy you a drink?
I think you made the best of a bad situation there.
It's okay.
Yeah, obviously, like you were in a tough spot.
I'm in a tough spot for all these cases that no cops show up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's the deal with the cops not showing up?
I don't know. They tell me they're gonna be here and then they don't show up. Sounds like contempt of court to me. But
well, in all honesty, I can't discuss it because it's an open case. But I did get a letter from the assistant commissioner that
someone's running up here.
He is trying very hard to fix the errors of the police department. We wish them well, and if there's anything that we can do to support them, we will. But you know, in order for this to work, everybody has to cooperate, and I'm just so glad that my defendants showed up and participated, as did the GOJ. And I have to excuse the judge for not being here because, you know, it's actions that he had no control of. So I get that, but I think we did very well.
It was fun. I will say it was very, very fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm sure you did.
Well, I don't mean I enjoyed beating you up like that.
Oh Lord!
I'm sure that you would have gave me a run for my money if you had.
If I had
one.
one. Yeah.
And I can tell you this, that I would have been really, really in trouble that should I have lost these cases and then smacked the hell out of you in there, I would have really been bad. But since I won, then maybe I was just trying to smack some sense into you, sir.
Have you won yet? I mean, like, in fairness, the judge hasn't seen and ruled.
No, he has not. But there's no, you know, and I think that he.
Nobody showed up to
this guy behind
verify.
Me knows that I won. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair. I'm not.
You gave a very good statement about the weapon license, though. I don't have an objection against that. No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I already had mine. You know, like, it's not about me. Like, and it seemed like the people that objected at all had theirs already. So. And $5,000, what you're gonna choose? Like, you want to get a car, or you want to get, like, you know, the ability to get a gun, not even a gun.
Right. It could be a high point. You never know.
Right. Anyway, yeah, it's even if nothing happens, at least I voiced my opinion. Thank you again for that, Mr. Bunky.
Yeah.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Don, you're a leader of people.
I'm just a mechanic. But yeah, hey, Ben and Miss Town, how are you both? How do you enjoy the court?
I'm doing pretty good. It was good.
Yeah, learned a lot.
Unfortunately, our judge couldn't be here, but hey,
but at least
things happen.
you got to see something in action, then maybe like you can be a defense attorney in the next thing, and maybe Mr. Bunky be the Chief Justice and such.
Right,
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
And we can have, it could be a thing. It works.
And I will also say this to the defense counselors that I will not be really defending people unless there's a really 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 big case and we have to do that. Then I'll step in, but I will help the defense attorneys. I'm going to just be Chief Justice. But I have a very very good friend of mine by the name of Norman Mandel, who thinks exactly the way that I think. Actually, he's better than I am. He'll be joining us in the DOJ as a defense attorney, and will be standing in when I can't be there.
Excellent. That sounds great. I'm glad you guys are growing and doing good work.
Yeah, and I just hope that we all get it together. And again, we're not out against the police. We want to work with them, and we want to make them
Right.
stronger, so that the criminals have to really try to outthink them. Right now, to the criminals, this is like catching fish in a barrel, and we really, really, really need to get them. It's like playing chess. You have to be able to outsmart your opponent and play good. And when I play chess, I always try to find somebody that's better than me, because that's how I'm going to learn to be better.
Okay. Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. And yeah, that is the only way you get better. Same thing with racing, same thing with, martial arts, everything in life, really. You got to grow as a person by challenging yourself.
Right. So I think, even despite the fact that we didn't have a judge, I think that thank God for court TV, so that we can have him, review the case and, rule on it. I don't think that he should, have to ponder over it real well. Sorry, there, Mr. Prosecutor, but I think it was good. Everybody had their day in court, and everybody was heard that wanted to be here.
Do you think the police might catch on that the judge wasn't there and then say, why weren't they offered the same opportunity?
Well, they can, but they were the same opportunity. If they want to appeal it to the Supreme Court, that's why we have it. But I didn't hear from them that their internet was out.
Fair.
No further questions.
I can't, as a defense attorney, I can't rule on that. We'll just have to see where the chips may fall and then see what they decide. But, I don't think that, I would appreciate it. I had a lot more questions for the officer, and I would have really beat him up.
For which one?
For the traffic.
Nico or Baker?
Yeah, Nicky.
Oh, yeah. He messaged me back saying IRL he's in the hospital with his father.
Who?
I wish he would have told me that. For the one for Nico.
Oh, the officer?
Yeah, he just messaged me.
Okay. Well, I wish we would have known that too. We could have probably postponed.
Yeah.
Right. That may have been best, but I mean, yeah,
It's
it is
not
what
gonna
it is.
It's not going to change anything.
Sure,
what?
yeah.
They couldn't win this case with what they provided.
Let alone a third officer. I was only told two. So then now,
we can talk
it's not
about this.
complete.
We can talk about this case, but I was well prepared to ask, and I'll tell you, because this will help out the police win some traffic cases. I was going to ask the officer if he observed the vehicle traveling for at least 3 seconds, as required by every manufacturer of radar units in the country and every state, that you have to observe the vehicle for 3 seconds before you clock the speed. In which case, I would have said, how far did the vehicle travel in 3 seconds? And based on that, I would have been able to determine how fast a car has to go that distance in 3 seconds. And every officer that I know would get that wrong, and there would create reasonable doubt, because the officer would testify that the car was doing 200 miles an hour when he said the radar unit was saying 109, and that would have caused reasonable doubt. So that was a tool that I had, and it was defense attorneys used to beat us up on that all the time until we learned before court, get your calculator out and come up with the answers before you're asked that question. So that's why I was stumbling around with my paperwork, because I had about 15 questions that I had to go through to get to where I could ask questions again. So I don't think that they would have won.
All right. Well, are we done here for the day?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for letting us, watch judicial magic happen. And yeah, best of luck with everything.
Yeah, the best is yet to come. I can assure you that. As soon as
Oh,
we
yeah.
all get together, we're going to have some great times.
All right. Buster, you want to get that creamy cavalcade going?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Wait,
Thanks
what?
for coming. You mad at me?
No, why would I be?
I beat you up pretty bad, physically and mentally.
I mean, the cops didn't come, and it wasn't his fault.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault, but it still goes on his reputation. You don't like to lose, especially, I know that he's offered to help the officers as much as he possibly can to help them, get things going. I'm really surprised. Where the hell did you get that report at?
The report for Nico?
Yeah, the report. The report for the speeding thing. I didn't get anything nowhere near that in my discovery.
No, well, I got it directly sent to me.
Yeah, well, see, that's the stuff that needs to be in discovery so that we can read. Because
I thought it was the same thing.
Well, you have access to the thing, don't you? The case file.
Yeah, I thought it was the exact same case file. That's why. But I read it. The second one I read right from the case file.
Really, there was a lot more information about that you were reading that I don't know. Maybe send that to me because I was hearing things like, where the hell is he pulling that out?
Yeah, this guy here.
To be honest with you, that I really wasn't paying too much attention to what you were reading because I read it already in Discovery. But then you were saying things that wait a minute, that's not the book I read. All right. So with me not doing defense stuff unless it's really, really big and we have, we can make sure that Jesse can be here. Situations like this, I will be able to sit the bench in his place and then we can prevent this from happening.
Yeah, if I'd have got on earlier, I could have been briefed sooner and maybe helped out a little bit more. I was struggling to get on.
All right. Well, it was fun while it lasted.
That looks like the same one.
Yeah.
That looks like it. I'll have to go check the MDT.
I'm not too sure.
Which case is it? Do I have access to it?
I don't know.
I don't think I did when I was listening. I didn't have Nico's.
Wait, who are we talking to? Who's this?
That's Ben.
I'm a defense attorney.
Ben, didn't even notice you without that bat on your back.
Oh, okay. Well, I figured out how to turn that off.
Well, he looks so different.
It's been a long time since Ben had.
I try to change my face and it doesn't stay. Every time I get plastic surgery,
It's because
it's gone.
You keep getting stressed out. You got the gray hair.
I got gray hair.
I look just like Felix, and people think I'm Felix Bunky. And then they hear me talk, and they're like, "No way!" They're like, "No way."
I hope.
All right, Felix.
I hope that's not an insult that they think that you're Felix Bunky.
Well, they're insulting me.
I hate him.
Felix, what's your lucky number today?
I don't know. Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna pay it out right now?
Yeah, I gotta pay for the cops losing every time.
35.
Okay. Well, I hope the cops don't show up. It would make my job really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And you know what will happen? When people start seeing this court case and see that the cops don't show up, they'll be coming to, they'll plead not guilty to every charge, and we'll just come in here and we'll just give them all their money back.
I don't have to do anything.
Right. You just come in and say,
like, here's what I want.
And I'll just be sitting there, just be like, okay.
Just give it to Abraham.
My case is
Let
rested.
Abraham prosecute him.
I might have to.
Is he the wild one, though?
Yeah, he is pretty wild, but, you know,
Speaking of Abraham, where the hell did he go?
Shock's a supervisor.
I don't know where he went. He pulled me aside to talk to me about something, and then I never saw him again, so not too sure where he went. All right, Felix, I paid you your money. I'm about to go back to sleep since we don't have anything else going on today.
All right, sir. Thank you for coming, and thank you for paying my money back. I really respect that.
Well, I spent a lot of time to get it back, so.
All right. Well, hey, good night, and I will see you when I see you, and...
I'll be back on later today.
All right, be safe.
All right, you two. I'm just going to go put my guy upstairs. You know, since we can put our cars here, I might as well make him sleep here, too.
Yeah, sleep in your own damn office, all right? Not on my couch.
All right. See you guys.
Take care. Jesse, if you're still watching, we are not doing this again. You got the argument, that's it. Unless you order such, and then I'm going to be pissed. Yeah, so, what you guys think?
I think it went fairly well. I mean, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, we got to do what we got to do. I hope that the officers, what was his father? I hope he's okay, and we wish him the best.
Like, if I was here earlier, could I have stepped in as the defense attorney?
Well,
I mean, you kind of took those cases from the beginning.
Yeah, it would have been very difficult because you wouldn't have been able to have the questions, and I had not so much with Starla because the officer was dead. We knew that there was no way that they were going to be able to win that case.
Well,
you know,
that
was
officer probably killed himself. The stuff that he did was just so atrocious.
Well, I don't know what the case may be.
It's way out of line.
Yeah, I don't know. They just need some better training, and you know, they need to know. You know, I saw the report writing class and it was excellent. They just need to know the who, what, where, when, and how, and they didn't seem to be able to pull that off. You know, you don't need to write a book. You just need the details because you know the questions that the attorney is going to ask. What kind of car was it? What's the tag number? You know, simple stuff. Just put it in. You know, and then if it was the same, if they had the tag number in the report, then the second officer, even if he stumbled across it, he would have had the tag number. They could have identified him. My client would have been screwed on the speeding. In fact, when I went down to the courtroom or into the police station, and I didn't want to say this in court because I would have been basically screwing my defendant. When I went down there, he agreed, yeah, I was speeding. And he said that he honestly did not hear the siren. So he goes, the only thing I'm interested in, he says, I'll plead guilty, but I just don't want the felony. Which
what?
The evading was a felony. So he said, I'll plead guilty to, and if we can go with the misdemeanor evading, I'll plead guilty to that too and pay the fine and do the time. I just don't want the felony on my record. So I went to the officers. I said, look, we can make this real short. If you guys are willing to make a plea agreement, this is what we're willing to do. And I won't give the office, I won't give the supervisor there, I won't give you his name, but he said, oh no, he endangered people of this community and blah, blah, blah. So I was going to ask the initial officer, well, how many, when you tried to chase him, how fast were you going? And he would have told me, and I would have said, was there any other vehicles in the attempt to stop? And if there was, and I would have said, and even if there wasn't, if he was the only one, well, don't you think that having two cars doing 109 miles an hour is twice as dangerous as having one? And I would have stumped him on that because, you know, one of the things that you have to weigh when you go into these high-speed pursuits, you know, are you putting more risk to the public than the guy that's running? And if you stop chasing him, he probably will slow down and make it safe for the community, which is why a lot of jurisdictions have a no pursuit policy, unless you know you're chasing Charles Manson or a mass murderer or something like that. Then you got to do what you got to do. But you know,
wait, so they just like don't chase? I mean, that seems suspicious though. Like if somebody runs.
No, because a lot of times you get the tag number and you can identify the vehicle that you
Oh,
want, and then
if
you just hey,
if they
mail
get
them
the tag number, yeah.
mail them a ticket. These officers, the same radar unit that records the speed, records their tag. So they have it right there on their dashboard. So what they could do in this case, what they could have done, they could have called off the chase when they felt that it was dangerous. They could have issued a summons to the owner of the vehicle. When the owner of the vehicle came to court and said, I wasn't driving that car, you know, well then if you don't want to be held accountable for this, who is driving? And then like okay, so like where I was, we had a 30-day statute of limitations on a speeding ticket. So you had to charge somebody 30 days after the offense. But if you charge the owner of the vehicle, then you could go to court and have the judge amend the ticket from saying, instead of saying Ben was driving, we would like to amend
Whoever
it to
else is
driver.
driving.
We can amend the ticket to Megan.
Plus, they would have fleeing.
Right.
They would also have fleeing and speeding or whatever.
And then we could add more charges. But that's tricks to the trade that you can do without jeopardizing. Now, I get it. In this environment, they're going to chase, and that's fine. But, you know, just put the damn tag number in and the kind of car it was so that you can, you know, you don't have to look like a dummy in court. And that's not me. I'm not making anybody look dumb. They're making themselves looking dumb and not knowing the answers to the questions that I'm asking.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really hope that we pull this off. This is a great place we live in. It has a lot of potential. We have, you know, a great team that's running it. You know, we have a great police department. They just need to be, you know, they just need to know. You know, the things that they don't know, they just need to know. And I have offered to help them, and I insist on that. If they want to just ask me, I will help them. You know, don't be afraid to say you don't know, because there's a lot of things that I don't know. And I'm, you know, if I don't know, I ask. So there you go. That's all I can say. All right, with that, I'm going to go to my office and I'm going to tell the court TV that they can stop producing, and then I'll be back.
All right, man. Good job. Thank you.
All right, I'll be back down here if you guys are going to be here. Just need to make.
I might drive around. But I'll be back.
Okay.
All right. You heard from that dude Brandon?
Well, chat and those that will watch this video, because I'm sure that a lot more people will watch the video. I want to thank everybody that was here. And watch this. I will be streaming more often. I had to basically wait. The city's only been open for 16 days. And I had to wait because it's a content problem. You know, especially when I'm sitting in here trying to do paperwork and trying to get things straight and stuff like that. It's boring as hell watching me stand in one spot or move around so that the away from keyboard thing don't get me. But yeah, it was a good day. I appreciate it, everybody. Just basically a reminder that, you know, I don't take any proceeds from. If proceeds come in from Twitch, I donate 100% of that to charity organizations because I'm in a position where I'm not going to get rich quick. I don't need any hype trains, not to make a pun on any particular person, but I don't need that. I can purchase anything that I want or need, and I have a, you know, a great system that, you know, works for me. And a lot of times, you know, I will throw some subscriptions to other people in the city that broadcast. I don't know many of them yet, but as I see them, you know, that's something that will come about. I also plan on that if we do get, you know, if we do make any revenue whatsoever, I will also maybe have some giveaways. I have a lot of connections. I own an internet business, so I have a lot of connections with that, and I can sometimes get some free promotion stuff to give away to people that are not so as fortunate to me, and that's what I like to do. So, thanks for all watching, and until next time, we'll be back. So set your DVRs and make sure that you watch The Adventures of Felix Bunky.
Down the years it's been alright, and now I'm sorry I want more that's not in tonight. And on as we go we seem to fight, but baby that's just the way we love, and only in the dark do we see our sunlight. Home is where we were, home is where we want to be, and yes, we don't have time to say goodbye. And this ain't the last time. Now this time before we go, raise your hands, raise a toast. Time is something special, just like love before it starts to snow. It's crazy how the years have gone, memories of the drug we're on. But darling, just remember that there's never a goodbye. Just forget, there's never a goodbye. There's never a goodbye. There's never a goodbye. Calling back to a different time. Maybe I need to hear your voice to make me smile. No, 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 it's not said and done. Baby, you can fly with me and we'd be one. And it's only time before we miss the fire. You and I reach the taller higher. Whoa, our hands up in the sky. Just see now years pass by. 10 years down the line, and there's really gonna be a second time. But just now before we go, we can make it right. Wipe your tears away, 'cause there's no goodbye. where you've gone, so we can ride the storm. Show me where you've gone when you come back home.